32 here at BCX 1v1s.
Championship Sunday, and we are dropping into Apocalypse. Neeze, of course, can be dropping in, using that great sword. He has been a master on that weapon. And Neeze, we're going to see drop into that Chun-Li, get a little more Wushang. Gauntlets and a spear have definitely been a very relevant this weekend.
No, for sure, for sure. I will say, I know Neeze as one of the best with the great sword.
Oh, yeah.
He was, whenever we go back to crew battles, whenever LANs were first starting to come back, he was well, actually that wasn't a LAN, but he was the first one that I saw since Sandstorm that was really still using this weapon, and he was immaculate. He has very good reads, and he will catch you slipping and do a lot of big damage. Right now with the damage lead, looking for some good touches. We're going up against the spear. Nice dodge read and a KO early on for the Neeze.
Man, the rhythm he has on that weapon is absolutely insane. My brain don't work. When it comes to greatsword, I can't, my brain just does not connect when it comes to those combos, but Neeze, it makes it look so incredibly easy. And Neeze is having a really hard time kind of breaking through this offense from Neeze, trying to get some sort of rally on his side and deal with the best way to approach this greatsword.
You know, I like to liken this weapon to the most fighting game style, traditional fighting game style weapon in this game. It has the resets, it has the staggers, and it has all the elements that a regular fighting game player would have. Like, you look at a Hardy MJ. Hardy MJ is a fighting game player. He plays the 2D traditionals, and he's great with this weapon. He's one of the best. But Neeze, doing his thing, takes the second stock off of Neeze, and he is poised to 3-stock this bad boy, switching into another great sword, and we're gonna see what Neeze can do to try to bring this one back.
Yeah, this is a little one-sided here coming out of game number one, and sometimes that just happens. You know, Neeze is trying to make that download. We're getting a little edge guard in here, but Neeze is going to easily dodge through, and now he's in that power position. But nice reversals, Sayer coming from Neeze, be able to take that first stock finally off of Neeze, but he has still got a long way to go, Zip.
He's got a long way to go, and you know, speaking of traditional fighters, he's got the Chun-Li out here, and it's very surprising. I think he's a super strong character, so for him to not really get any momentum going, I know it's early on in the day, you're one of the first ones on stream, so hopefully he can pick it up in the later games to come, or maybe in this match. Right now, he's getting more touches than he got in the beginning at all. Now, Neeze wiggling his way around, sweat beads are out, ground pound, no! He does not attempt it, and I understand, play it safe, you have a big lead.
Yeah, absolutely. Neeze starting to get a little rhythm going here, trying to be able to get in some attacks here on Neeze. Oh, nice nair, taking off stage, ground pound, gonna come off a little to the outside, but it put him in a good position, be able to get back up underneath Neeze, not take any damage, and reset back to neutral here in center stage.
Right back in this neutral, they're both being really patient, weapon toss, go to the spear, you're getting punished for that with Sayer. Neeze in trouble, use this dodge, but a good pogo. And oh, okay, catches the recovery.
And that was really high up there at the ceiling. Neeze gonna get back in and take the power position on it. Oh, gonna hit the unarmed in the anti-air. Neeze throwing down that down sig. Nice grounded recovery. Enough to take Neeze all the way up to the ceiling, but he gets back underneath him with a nair. Looking for a second one. Can't get it, and that is gonna close out that first game. Neeze taking game number one.
Yes, sir, yes, sir. Making great work of that great sword, man, so Neeze coming out, doing what Neeze does. I already expected him to cook the way that he's cooking. And I do want to see Neeze turn up a little bit. I know that he can play well, and he's playing a very good character. And I don't want him to, you know, like I said, it's the early morning. As a competitor, you wake up, you come to the venue, and you're the first one that gets put out there. Who knows how much morning time he had to practice? So hopefully he can pick it up and not get shut out early on due to the morning jitters.
Yeah, absolutely. Hopefully the fingers are warmed up a little bit now, be able to get something going against just powerhouse that is from Neeze. He is just so clean on that great sword. Neeze gonna get the first weapon drop and immediately going up into the air, trying to maybe find a lucky nair here at the very beginning of this game. Down light into side light, can't find the third piece on it though. And we're back here to neutral. Neeze being very careful on this sword, looking for the perfect opportunity to get that opener. Immediately tosses that sword. As soon as he sees the opportunity, tries to draw in the weapon spawn. He gets it, but Neeze is all over him. Finally, he's been able to grab a hold of that great sword and go to work on Neeze.
He almost had the dirtiest reset right there. Ended up going the wrong way and couldn't catch the combo, but he catches this one right there. Falls out because he goes for the forward ender, the side ender. If he would have went for the neutral one, he would have been able to close that combo. What we got here? He's getting some great touches! Great touches! It wasn't enough yet. Neeze on the cusp of taking the stock. He's looking for one more touch. He had the dodge read, but nice defense from Neeze to use that neutral light.
That dodge read and that pivot is just so clean. Looks so clean. Neeze, though, nice Sarah keeping Hughes off of his back foot. Okay, gonna switch over to small sword, try and get maybe a D-Light into recovery, knockout on Neeze. That Sarah might get it done, not quite enough to get him to Western Air Temple, but oh, he didn't have the options, couldn't get back up, couldn't get a finger on that ledge, and Hughes is gonna go up a stock early.
You know, it was just a simple babysitting right there. He just goes over to the edge, presents the edge guard, doesn't even have to do anything, scared Neeze into SD. Because he could have made it back easy, but you know, he just scared him out of it because a dare or a ground pound from that sword were gonna spell defeat for him anyway. Now, on the second stock, he's trying to find a big hit. He's fishing for these signatures, whiffing on Sayers. He's not being too accurate. I told you, man, accuracy is one of my biggest stats, and whiffs will get you torn up in this game, especially at this level against a high-level player. And the greatsword itself, it does damage very fast. So if you're getting punished a lot, it's gonna turn out bad for you.
Oh yeah, every dodge read is a bad day.
Oh my God, he's getting shredded.
Every dodge read that Hughes gets is a bad day for Neeze, and he's trying to get over on these gauntlets, trying to get something going up in the air here in center stage. Nice ground and recovery, gonna go ahead and get enough momentum, but Neeze is so deep into the red, and it can be an easy knockout for Hughes if he can just get a weapon and get to work.
All right, he's got his gauntlets, and he has an opportunity here to really pick up some damage, get his touch. Tried to go for the read. It was actually just a little early. Like, he was right there, had the read. He gave him some time. That dodge was just a little too active. Now, he's getting touch after touch. He can't find, like, the big strings, though. That's what he's missing here with the gauntlets. Yeah,
absolutely. But Neeze is keeping it much closer than last time, and he's bringing it back. And some of this deficit has disappeared, but that is going to be enough momentum. Going to go ahead and take Neeze off the ceiling. Hughes with a very comfortable one-stock lead right now, and he's going to try and go ahead and snuff out this last one from Neeze.
Yep, he's looking for the final one. He's barely got any damage on the second stock. Hughes looking really good to start this day off. Neeze finding the neutral light, tries to go for the nair, not able to catch. Dare. Look at these guys. They are boxing. This is nice. We like to see this. Tight knit squabbling.
Yeah, that movement becomes so important as they try and get the better position over their opponent. Nice nair coming off of Neeze, trying to follow it up with recovery, but Hughes went straight back down to the platform. Oh, okay, double nair, couldn't get the second one. Nice pogo from Neeze. That nair from Hughes would have hurt real bad.
Oh, there we go. Neeze able to neutralize that stock, able to get that thing out of there, and he's gonna opt for the gauntlets when I think he's been doing better with spear, to be honest. But now he has to go gauntlets into greatsword. I really think the spear was the better answer, but he is the one that gets to make the decision. It is his tournament life on the line.
Absolutely. He's trying to get a good edge guard here, but Hughes just so good at getting behind him, taking the momentum away from him. Okay. Oh, couldn't get the follow-up. Comes down and misses the dare as well.
And I like going into the sword for the closeout. Has a lot more easy KO options. I wouldn't say has more KO options in general, but just easier ones like that. Sayer, Neeze, down 2-0 to Hughes. Hughes is looking phenomenal this morning.
And you see he is still focused, ready to go into this game number 3. And yeah, absolutely, just sitting back, building up a massive damage on that great sword. And then, okay, let's get rid of it. D-Light recovery, nice little Sayer off the side with the sword, trying to end things up and nice and quick with a pretty little ribbon on it.
Yeah, oh yeah. You know, gifted him a little present.
Right, absolutely.
Send a Hughes. Yeah, man, I get it, man. I love, that's one of the things that makes Jay Young one of the best great sword characters, because he does have the options to go into, I mean, first off, his stat line is great.
Yeah.
Right? He has great sigs, but when you look at being able to rack up damage with the great sword, and if you can't find that last hit, you go into a sword, you got D-Light Sayer, you got D-Light recovery, you got regular, just catch somebody with a Sayer in neutral. If you racked up a lot of damage, you can even KO with neutral light on the ground, you know what I mean? It has so many options. They're fighting in the air, trying to hover above you, just do a raw recovery. It can KO in so many ways. So that makes him the best greatsword character in the game. Perfect choice for somebody like Hughes.
And he has definitely figured out that kit very well.
Yes,
he is so clean on it. We're going to see a weapon swap from Neeze. Kind of expected that. I think the Scythe might be able to mix things up a little bit. And so far, so good as he gets a couple of hits in early off of Hughes.
All right, getting this one rolling. I like it. He switched it up. He's going to the decks. I mean, this is what he's known for. This is what I know him for. You know, and he's going to go Scythe into the greatsword. And I think that's a good option. I really do. Because now, more so than those gauntlets, you see what he's doing right now. He's going to be able to play better neutral against him. And whenever he gets punishes, he's able to put him in more dire situations than he was with the gauntlets. Nice! Even though he does have the gauntlets on backup, right? The Scythe is just a better look, and we're seeing it coming out here in Game 3.
Yeah, and be able to take control of Use, literally.
Exactly.
Be able to use those active inputs and put Use where you want him to be, not where Use wants to go. And so far, so good for Neeze. He's got almost a full stock advantage as Use is now just starting to get him into orange. But Neeze is continuing to flow, continuing to find those options. And this is definitely a much better pick from him. Looking much cleaner here in this game number 3.
And I like what we're seeing from Use right here. He has the sword out. Nice. Lands the neutral sig. Takes the stock out. But what we're seeing from Use is he's opting to go with the regular sword. And now he goes back in the great sword right now for an unarmed fight. But I'm pretty sure he'll want to go regular sword because one of the weaknesses of, see, there it is. One of the weaknesses of the great sword is aerial combat weapons. So he can't keep you grounded. He can't play his game plan. But the sword will be able to combat.
Right, Use being able to have that awareness, and now it's going to be a different fight. We're going to be able to see a different little style out of Use because we haven't seen a whole lot of that regular sword except for when he's looking for those knockout options. Now we're going to be using it to build damage. Neeze going to drop those gauntlets, going to go back over to the Scythe, and immediately takes Use up into the air. Use doing a good job staying out of range, looking for that perfect positioning. Can't find it. We're just going to kind of stay in neutral. Use getting one hit in there, looking for another one. Recovery going to come up outside. Dared him back. Oh, the dare into recovery, not enough to go ahead and take that KO, but that was, like we say, it has vision.
Oh yeah, it had vision. He knew what he wanted, he got it, but it wasn't enough. Trying to find this last touch. Now, it'll be a good look for Neeze if he can take the stock first, but unfortunate for him, ground and recovery coming up from the regular sword is going to take that stock off. And that's what I was talking about, man. That weapon can get you up out of here in multiple ways. Has a plethora of KO options. Now, you're going to have to combat him with this regular sword, with the gauntlets, and I mean, I honestly don't know if the gauntlets do great against regular sword either.
Yeah, it's definitely an interesting matchup. We're going to have to see if it's going to be able to mix something up for it. I mean, it's just kind of who can adapt quicker at this point. But Neeze has definitely got some work to do. If he can get the stock off of Use like right now without taking any more damage, and he's putting the pressure on him. Weapon throw coming out is going to go in a little high, but it lets him go back and get that Scythe. Going to go ahead and get a big old whiff, though. His Use comes back down the stage and tries to set something up.
Look at these players. They're so smart. Neeze understands, okay, I don't want to fight this great sword with the gauntlets. He's going to go into the Scythe. Now, we'll see what he opts to go into, and then that's going to dictate what Use chooses to fight him with. Use going unarmed for the moment. Recovery's going to touch. Neeze has an opportunity here. He's making something shake.
Yeah, that edge guard is looking really good, although he still has, Use still cannot get that weapon. Okay, finally sword in hand, and Use has got to make sure he's able to keep this. Okay, neutral back in center stage, and he's reaching up with that nair. Can't find anything with it, though. Look how much respect between these two players. Look, nobody wants to engage. Neeze is going to go ahead and pull the trigger first. Use being allowed to just plant his feet back on stage as Neeze looking for the perfect opportunity. No, this is a standoff at this point, bro.
It's so much on the line for both of them, right? It's for Use, if he gives him the opportunity, he doesn't want to start giving him that momentum to try to run it back. Neeze everything on the line because he doesn't want to go into the lower side. Nice chance there. He missed the recovery, dropped his combo. Neeze can't really get his offense going. He's having a rough go for the time being. Goes for the downlight, no touch. Neeze, okay, this is hit. This is his chance. He had a chance there. He wasn't able to get him.
Use is having a hard time here. He needs to finish the stock out. That nair is not going to be enough. Okay, swap it over. Neeze is able to go ahead and get those gauntlets on. Oh no, whoever wins this next interaction is going to either take the set or take it to another game. And Neeze gets it done.
Neeze gets it done, and this is exactly what Use doesn't want. Now his confidence is built. Not only is there 1 point on the board for him, his confidence is up. He showed that the character he just picked is the right answer, and now he's going to have to go in here and he has to deal with that Mordex. Once again, a Mordex now that's collected some data.
Absolutely. Speaking of collecting data, I'm looking over here at the screens, and Use was locked into Jayun, and then he backed off of it. And looks like he decided, okay, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and stick with it. He definitely was second-guessing the legend selection for sure. Man, Neeze got something going there. He's got a game plan. The Scythe was definitely the counter for that great sword.
Exactly.
see if it's going to be able to carry over, though.
Exactly. Forced his hand and made him play more of the regular sword, which is, the regular sword was looking good for you, but obviously the great sword is his weapon of choice. He really is better with that weapon, but if he's going to have to deal with Scythe, he's going to have a problem. Now, if he can catch him with the gauntlets in his hand or catch him unarmed, now I think that's the game plan for you. Catch him without Scythe in hand and try to force him off of that weapon.
Yeah, we're definitely going to see.
Scythe starts off in the palms of Nordex.
No.
Rob Stock. He made it.
I bet Hughes is sweating in game over there and IRL, bro. That was almost such a devastating way to start out that game. Neeze almost got a huge power play there from the beginning. But Hughes able to keep that mental, keep that composure, understand his movement, understand his options, bring himself back up on stage, and no harm, no foul.
I'm always so impressed with how they control their jump options, right? Trying to get back to the stage, the recovery options. Because sometimes, you just want to try to jump out of there or utilize one of your tools, and the Scythe will just keep stealing those things. The best defense is to do nothing, and he played it perfectly, made it back to the stage when I thought he was toast. Now, he does have the great sword going against this Scythe, but he's super damaged. The downlight's going to miss on that gravity cancel from Neeze, side light. What do we got? Missed on that one. Trying to get his footing. Finally gets a touch. Hughes hadn't touched him in a while. Now he was going for a reset. He didn't quite drop. Now the sidelight weapon toss, and that'll be it for the first stock of Hughes. Neeze looking nice.
Yeah, I was wondering if Hughes was going to be able to adapt a little bit, but it looks like Neeze is being able to build off of what he learned last game, and it's still working out for him. Hughes now back on that sword, trying to get some sort of counter here in the aerial game. Those double recoveries is going to be a good start. Looking for a third. Neeze saw it coming. Going to go ahead and keep him up in the air, set back down, and he's going to switch over to gauntlets.
I like the idea here for Hughes to get this stock off. He goes for the Sayer. He's going to go out to the side and doesn't go for the full edge guard. He knows he's at the point where he can regular Sayer, he can D-light Sayer, he can neutral light. Honestly, if he catches them right on the edge of the stage, regular Sayer, not going to be enough because they were on the right side of the stage. But he's got it. He's just got to keep from getting hit. He's so close to finding that final touch.
He absolutely is, and he kind of is backing up. Looks like he's fishing for that D-light, but Neeze just not letting him have it. Matching his movement, trying to stick with him in the air. Look, he backs up. Oh, no. Took it to the air that time. Looking for that perfect opportunity. Does not want to take any more damage on the second stock until he is able to capitalize on this first one from Neeze. He's going to go ahead and whip there in center stage. Hughes going to be all over it, and he's finally going to get that first stock off of Neeze.
He was super patient with that neutral light, and that's what I was looking for the whole time. I wanted him to get that. He was either going to do a regular Sayer or a neutral light. I'm pretty sure that was the only two things he wanted, but he didn't want to whip. He didn't want to get comboed. Smart man, but right now, getting pieced and creased by this Scythe. He finally gets a couple touches. And Neeze, though, I don't know. It's feeling like me that Neeze smells blood, and he is going to be able to run a good stock on him. But whiff right there. Nice combination from Hughes.
Oh, absolutely. He's starting to get a little rhythm back on that great sword. Neeze immediately going over to the gauntlets.
I think this is what Hughes wants.
Yeah, I mean, that plays into his favor. I mean, he's able to contain the gauntlets when he's on that great sword. It's just that Scythe that's causing so much problems. Neeze is going to get underneath him with that recovery. Going to go ahead and take that stock off. And Neeze, if he plays his cards right and keeps this rhythm, he's going to take us into a game number 5.
Definitely. Nice. He's going to go for a gravity cancel. Not going to catch it, but still on top of him. He is on bumpers, on mamas. There we go. Nice damage. He is just staying on him. Nice. He tried to go for the sig. Whiff. What we got? Went up to the heavens.
That dare to bring him back down to the stage. He said, "Knock it back down there."
That was the leave me alone.
For real. He's slotting a fly away, bro. Hughes is gonna go ahead and take that stock. He is so deep red though. Neeze should be able to go ahead and take care of this. Unless Hughes gets a good dodge read, it could just rack up a good string off this great sword.
All right. Yeah, I mean, that's gonna be rough though. I do see now that Neeze is utilizing the gauntlets not to fight the greatsword. He's using it for his KO weapon as he goes for the recovery once again to get the final stock off of Hughes. I am going to tell you a little something right now. Neeze is looking too crispy. I don't know. I'm worried for Hughes. But I will say, I think if Hughes goes in here and does the map striking correctly, and he can get a map with maybe one, go to Apocalypse, maybe one platform.
Yeah, right.
No something, because that double platform, especially that map with them rising left or right, it was causing so much trouble for Hughes. It was definitely playing in the favor of Neeze. And we're going to go into game number 5.
Game number 5.
And we went to Apocalypse. Just like I was speaking, I really think this was necessary.
Yeah.
And we'll see how this one gets underway.
Okay, now we've seen it been all about Neeze at the opening of these games, the past 2 games. And now Use is the first one to get that damage in and try to set up an offensive plan here. Nice edge guard, keeping Neeze off of his toes. Okay, Neeze getting underneath him. Nair gonna go ahead and get dodged right through. Back down. Use just trying to get back down here and get back down to neutral. Nice 3-piece coming off that great sword. Looking for the Nair. Didn't pull the trigger on the double Nair. Coming back down to ground to try and get another string going.
I like it. I like it. He's doing very good, working, chipping away at him. The Scythe is out now, though. This is his counter weapon. This is what he's been using to deal with this great sword. But the momentum is definitely.
Oh no!
There. He got him up out of there. All right, now we got the second stock coming out of here. He has not gotten anything going at all in this game, and Use finally found his rhythm.
Yeah.
After 2 games of getting tossed around, flipped and flopped by that Scythe, he's finally able to play once again.
Yeah, Use was like, he got his head bumped for a couple of games, like, oh wait, I know how to play this weapon. And just gonna wake up and trying not to let this set slip out of his fingers, and he's doing a really good job here. Neeze trying to fight back, trying to get some sort of knockout option to get this first stock off of Use. He might have found it there with the Sair, but Use is gonna try and find that perfect movement. We've seen him do it time and time again. He's so good at finding those lanes to get back to stage.
One of the things I'm seeing from Use that I'm liking is not fully committing. He tried right there, but he's not been fully committing to his resets. He's getting a touch and he's just backing off.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, because he doesn't want to whiff on the reset attempt and get punished by the Scythe, get put in a bad situation. He has a great lead here, and I think he needs to keep doing what he's doing. Neeze has to find this stock right now, and there it is. He lands the recovery. Good stuff.
He went for that dare again.
Barely missed the dare. It was a great play.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. Neeze able to tie the stocks, but he has not tied the damage by any stretch of the imagination. And we're seeing the stalemate again, where both these players being very, very cautious, not wanting to be the first one to engage, wanting to sit back, get that reaction, get that punish, and work a string out of it. Neeze especially being able to have that Scythe in his hands right now, looking to do something nasty to Use.
Yeah, he's trying, man, but he's close to losing this stock, and it's getting close to almost any option that the sword has taken him out. I'm pretty sure a Sair in a recovery will take him out. Now, at this point, if it's close enough to the side, a neutral light will do the job too. What's he gonna find? He's looking for a dare, nothing there. Neeze doesn't want to press a button, but I really think even though you're low on health on this, you gotta put a little bit more pressure on. Neutral light's gonna get the job done. Boom.
Second he did, second he whiffed, nope, Use is like, nope, goodbye. And just like that, Neeze sitting on this set stock.
All right, he wants to go for the weapon, lands in neutral air, gonna get the gauntlets. Gauntlets versus Great Sword for the final stock of Neeze. Dare recovery, that's some big damage, gets a nice reset. Use is feeling himself.
Making good use of that platform. We've seen it every side of the screen. Make sure he's using it to working it into his route, working it into his strings. Okay, Neeze coming over, down in neutral. Use whiffing off of it. I don't even know. Neeze has just got to do something absolutely insane right now. There's no time to be careful anymore. You have got to go. You've got to try and pull Neeze off stage. Got to try and pull Use off stage. You've got to try and get a gimp stock here. And Use is going to get a hold of you, send you out. You can see the disappointment and the heartbreak on Neeze's face.
I mean, he played a great game. It started off pretty slow. He went down 2 games. I think if he started with the Mordex, we might be looking at a different story. But, yeah. I mean, he had to switch characters. That's how the game goes. You make an adjustment, and maybe it's too late, and it wasn't.